start over here to the right.
CoopBurnsBlazeRadioOnline.com. Talking to Brad Keselowski, he said it's not a surprise that you are on the pole position, have been fast this weekend. Cars are really slipping and sliding in the corners, and does that play into your dirt background, or is it just you have a fast car this weekend?
I think we're all so good at this level that it doesn't, once you get to this level, I don't think it really matters like your background. And two, I think our team brought a really good car, because I can't honestly tell the difference in aero packages. So I think that just shows how they did their homework and brought a great car here. So I felt like William was really good yesterday in practice as well, and he qualified third. And I think I look at him as being one of the guys to beat, along with Harvick, who I would say maybe with him, like, he was always good here with the lower downforce stuff, and the last few years he hasn't been as dominant, and he showed in practice yesterday that he was really good. So I mean, maybe there's something to it, but I don't really feel any different. So I think it's more just my car is good.
We'll go to Dominic, then Reed, and Bob.
Dominic Ottagon with the Racing Experts at ESPN Radio Albuquerque. Just as you were progressing through qualifying there, round one, round two, how confident were you could sit on the pole?
Well, I didn't expect to lay down the lap that I did the first round. I felt like you were going to have a good shot to be in the final round, the top 5 of the Group B, and all those guys ran 60s, so I was like, man, it's tight. I got to put a good lap down here, and we're able to go, I don't know, like 3/10 quicker or something. So then I was really confident going to the next round, but then you get talking to yourself, and you're like, man, did I overuse the tires there in the first round? Am I going to have enough for the next round? I mean, Group B versus Group A, their tires were cooler, so you're like trying to talk yourself out of it, but it was obviously much closer gap. I lost those 3/10 that I had the first round, and you can feel that time. I got a little bit loose into one and had to wait a little bit longer than I wanted to on the throttle. I didn't hit the chip long down the backstretch like I did the first time. I overslowed into 3. So then I got a good exit, then you're just like staring at your lap time on the dash, waiting for it to pop up a good lap, and I saw the 60, and I knew that we got the pole. So, but yeah, I mean, you're trying to kind of talk yourself out of it a little bit while you're sitting on the road.
Reed?
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire. Where do you think your advantage is? I mean, you led practice, you led both rounds of qualifying. Where do you think you're beating everybody else?
Looking at S&T, I felt like my ability to roll some center corner speed in 1 and 2 kind of gave me a little bit of an advantage. There's definitely some cars that are better than me in 3 and 4, but you were also competitive over there too. So I feel like there's a lot of room behind the wheel to get a lot better in 3 and 4. I think my car is fine. I just think I need to do some things different and get even better in 3 and 4, and then we should be really good.
Up to Bob.
Bob Cockers, Fox Sports. I have 2. The first is, you said you expected no difference from yesterday, so is it, I assume it felt just like it did yesterday for the most part? The car, yeah.
I mean, qualifying trim, I feel like you always have more grip, so I felt my first round especially felt very, very good. The next round I lost grip and was kind of slipping and sliding a little bit more, but I also did in the fall. First round and second round, I slipped more.
And your organization wasn't part of the test here in January. Denny didn't test, but his organization was, and most of the teams in the top 10, except for maybe one, had somebody here at the test. So I'm curious, were you concerned at all coming in that you guys weren't part of this test, that you would be behind maybe by a tick?
I can't speak for like Cliff and everybody, but me personally, yes, I was concerned because I had heard that the lower downforce hurt the Chevys more aerodynamically than the other manufacturers. Ross, from what everybody told me, was terrible once they went to this low downforce stuff, or something similar to this at the test. So, and Ross was really good in the fall. So, honestly, Ross was great everywhere last year and great here at both races. So, yes, I was concerned. I didn't expect to be top of the charts both days, but after the long run that we made the first run of practice, I was like, okay, our times look really good all throughout the 30 laps that I ran, and so yeah, I think that kind of changes your opinion pretty quickly after you look at the lap tracker. Obviously, I knew I was quickest, but one lap doesn't really matter in practice. So, but no, I'm just happy that our team obviously did some good homework and prepared a great setup car.
More questions for Kyle?
Kyle, with the dirt track background and how many fans came over with you and excited to see their return to the NASCAR track because they had seen you racing on the dirt tracks. Talk about the F1 drivers coming over and the two guys, the former world champions that are going to be racing at COTA. Is that exciting for you to see them come over, and does that light your fuse for your future?
I wouldn't say it lights my fuse anymore for my future, but it's really exciting to have guys of that caliber resume come and compete in the NASCAR Cup Series. I think it's great for our sport, and two, I think it's going to showcase how tough our sport is. I don't know who Jensen's running for, but Kimmy, in a track house car, they won 2 road course races last year, so there's no arguing that he's not in great equipment. So if he does good or average or whatever, I think it shows the competition level of our sport, which I believe is the toughest in the world. So yeah, it's exciting to have them. Having guys like Connor Daly, Travis Pastrana, Jonathan Davenport, it's more than just the Formula One drivers too. I think it just showcases how diverse our sport is and how diverse this car has allowed our sport to be. So it's neat, and it's not what they're grew up doing, racing a heavy stock car, but for us, you can kind of measure yourself a little bit, and you can learn a lot. We have a lot of data to look at that we can study a guy who strictly grew up open wheel road course racing and see kind of how their driving style is different and how we can apply some of what they do to our style.
Leave the back.
Kyle, now that you live out here part of the time, does it give you any more connection to the track, or do you feel any more connected to the track?
Maybe, yeah, I guess. I got to sleep in my own bed last night and tonight, so I've always liked coming here though, even before I owned a house here, so I don't feel more connected, I guess, but it's just nice having somewhere to go. But we typically would always rent a house, or Denny usually rents a house, and we would split the cost and stay with him. So I always look forward to this race because of that. It was kind of a vacation in a way, and now it's a full-time, not full-time vacation, but like a snowbirds, I guess we are. So no, it's been good, and enjoy it. The kids love it, and I got my family here, so it's great.
Any final questions for Kyle? We'll wrap up back.
JP with Kyle Larson Racing. There were some false accusations I heard in Denny's post-race about pickleball. Could you verify on that?
Yes. So I don't know, I haven't heard it yet, so you guys have to correct me if I'm wrong, but Jamie Little said that Denny said that he beat me in pickleball this week, so that's fake news, by the way. You guys can all report that. Beat him in my first ever pickleball match, and he's been playing for years, so I plan on beating him here again in a couple hours.
Congratulations on that.
This is Daniel Hemrick, driver of number 11 Collar Grits Chevrolet. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of those 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.